This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up? Back with another one. And today, Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson are calling out the Browns for disrespecting Shedeur Sanders after his big win. Check this clip out.
Off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? This 1 week of practice. So imagine, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous. But it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful.
That man couldn't flip Shedeur football, Ocho?
You know the man wasn't flipping him no football, you know the man. That is not the individual that they want at the helm. They made that clear a long time ago. The game that they've been playing in training camp, him not getting reps, we understand that. So therefore, you actually wanting him to give him credit after a game, that ain't happening. So to me, it's not surprising to me.
Ocho, you and I have both been in situations. And Chad, I know y'all probably the last guy that y'all want to hear dating advice from, but we've all had the young lady. Ocho, she was gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, come on, wait, take your time.
I wanted her so bad.
Yes.
But when it didn't work out, I realized the other one, she was the best for me, and I needed to give her credit. Because the one that I wanted, it didn't work out. I understand Stefanski won't Dylan Gabriel. But you got to understand, the guy now is the best for you. And it's going to give you the best opportunity to win because he is unafraid to push the ball down the field. Because in this league, that's how you win. Big plays. But this notion that this thing is even close, this notion that this was just a whole hum performance. The guy got no snaps with the guys that he played with today until Wednesday of last week. And he does that on the road in a hostile environment. And all you got for him is that.
That's what it is.
He put it up, and I'm just like, oh, God, who is that even going to? I wasn't even looking down there to see IB. And then, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh, God, please. And he drops it in the bucket, and he reaches it out. I'm like, please, just don't fumble into the end zone. And I'm just like, wow, there's not many guys in the league that can make that throw. So that was a hell of a throw. I hope he can continue to grow and develop, for making plays like that, and take it from there.
Shedeur Sanders should be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns for the rest of the season. He just won his first NFL start against the Las Vegas Raiders, and I've been trying to tell y'all that he's the quarterback they've been needing since day one. This team played with more energy, more excitement, and more purpose than they have all season long. Defensively, 10 sacks on Geno Smith. Myles Garrett had 3 by himself, and you could see them reacting on the sideline, just how excited they were with all of Shedeur Sanders' off-schedule plays. Now, why should he be the starter? It's because of his ability to make the extended play. Yes, his first touchdown pass came off of a screen pass. And hey, that's every quarterback's dream. I'm going to just dump it off to the running back, allow him to go 66 yards out the gate, but those count too. Now, he did have a bad interception, but he rebounded nicely after it. And I just love the way that he is in tune with not only his teammates, the sideline, but the fan base is absolutely craving more and more Shedeur Sanders because he is built for this. The championship pedigree that his father, Deion Sanders, instilled into him shows up every single time this young man is in front of a mic and every single time he plays in between those white lines. Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback that the Cleveland Browns have been looking for. Trust your gut. Go with him.
Shannon and Chad kept it real. They said Stefanski never wanted Shedeur and refused to give him credit. Shedeur proved himself, but the coach still showed no love.
He should be the starting quarterback the rest of the way. I'm not going to sit here and say this was the greatest performance in the world, but he should be the starting quarterback the rest of the way. Find out what you have in him. You know what Dylan Gabriel is. He showed it. He's not the long-term answer. So now go find out what you have in Shedeur Sanders. He did a lot of really good things today. He did some really bad things today. But that's what you get with rookie quarterbacks. Now you got to see him grow. Let him go through the week again. Let him continue to grow as a quarterback. Find out what he is. Look, if Gabriel isn't the guy and Shedeur isn't the the guy. You go back into the pool next year and you draft one. But if he shows down the stretch that he can be that guy, then you might not need to do that. Then you have a cheap quarterback, and you can play him and build the thing around him. But today, there were a lot of really good things. There was also some really bad things. So that's what you expect from a young quarterback.
Yeah, Shedeur, you come here. This is going to be your first NFL start. What does that opportunity feel like in this moment?
Feels good, but we cool, calm, collective life. There's ain't nothing to us.
And what do you hope to show against this Raiders defense, your teammates, yourself, and these Browns fans with your play today?
I'm who they've been looking for. Appreciate it. How y'all doing?
Shedeur, just how do you summarize this performance?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming up here before y'all 6-7 months ago, I couldn't tell you I'll be here. That's how life is. Everybody's not in the best situation, but it's no excuse. You got to go out there and perform. Like, there's no choice, there's no question. Nobody cares if this was 1 week of prep. Who cares? So a lot of people want to see me fail, and that ain't going to happen.
All right, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders' debut. It was historical. I don't care what anybody says. Literally, it was historical. Browns quarterbacks have lost 17 straight games when making their debut. NFL record dating back to 1950, people. Over 200 yards, a touchdown. He did have a bad interception, but he would have had multiple touchdowns if they didn't take him out as soon as the team got towards the goal line every time they got into the red zone. Shedeur Sanders, he was poised. He extended plays. He got outside the pocket. He kept his eyes downfield. He directed traffic. He did everything you want to see a young, talented quarterback do. You can grow from there. If today was the floor for Shedeur Sanders, I'll take it. A 200-yard game, had a touchdown, a mistake that will get corrected by multiple repetition. I will take it. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the naysayers. It was an objectively good debut by Shedeur Sanders.
Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson lit into Kevin Stefanski after Shedeur Sanders led the Browns to a victory that should have earned him a flood of praise, yet instead was met with cold energy and barely any acknowledgement. Shannon argued that it has been obvious from the start that the coaching staff never truly wanted Shedeur as their quarterback, pointing to the way he was pushed aside during camp and treated like an afterthought rather than a real option. He said the staff had their heart set on another quarterback and have been acting like someone who refuses to appreciate the partner who is actually best for them. Shannon emphasized that Shedeur is exactly what the team needs: a confident, fearless passer who is willing to push the ball down the field and create explosive plays, which is the key to winning consistently in today's league. Chad backed him up, pointing out that it was unrealistic to expect Stefanski to hand him the game ball or shower him with praise because the coach has never believed in him, never invested in him, and never treated him as the leader of the offense. Both men highlighted how impressive Shedeur's performance truly was, especially given how little preparation he was given and the fact that he had to step into a difficult environment and deliver against all odds. Shannon said that instead of celebrating a young player who showed poise beyond his years, Stefanski looked annoyed,